Have you ever stood in an airport, heart beating fast, not because of the flight, but because you didn't know what to say? That moment when someone asks you a simple question in English, and your mind goes blank. This is not just about language. This is about confidence. This is about fear. And today, everything is going to change. Imagine this. You are standing in a huge airport. People are moving fast. Announcements are echoing everywhere. Screens are flashing. You feel small, lost, nervous. You hold your ticket tightly like it's the only thing giving you safety. But deep inside, there is one fear. What if someone talks to me in English? You look around. Everyone seems confident. Everyone seems ready. And you feel like you don't belong here. But what if I tell you every confident speaker you see today was once exactly where you are? Confused, silent, afraid. This is where the journey begins. At the airport entrance, a guard looks at you and says something simple. "Ticket, please." And for a second, your heart stops. But then, slowly, you reply, "Here's my ticket." It's a small sentence. Very small. But inside, something powerful happens. You spoke. This is where everything starts to change. You walk forward. Now you reach the check-in counter. There is a long line. You wait. You think. What will I say? What if I make a mistake? But then your turn comes. The staff smiles and asks, "Where are you flying today?" Your mind wants to panic, but you don't let it. You take a breath. And you say, "I am flying to Dubai." Simple, clear, enough. And guess what? It works. No one laughs. No one judges. The world does not stop. Instead, something surprising happens. They understand you. This is the moment most people never realize. English is not about perfection. It is about connection. You don't need big words. You don't need perfect grammar. You just need courage. But what happened next? Now comes the luggage part. They ask, "Do you have any bags to check in?" Again, fear tries to come back. But now you are a little stronger. "Yes, I have one bag." That's it. Short sentence. Big victory. Piece by piece, step by step, you are building confidence. Now you get your boarding pass. And suddenly the airport does not feel so scary anymore. But the journey is not over. This is where things get harder. Security check. You walk forward. There are many officers. Strict faces. Serious environment. Your heart beats faster again. They say, "Please put your bag on the belt." You follow. Then they say, "Take off your shoes." You understand. You don't need perfect English because you are listening and responding. This is the secret. Communication is not only speaking, it is also understanding. Now you move to immigration. This is the moment many people fear the most. Questions, pressure, silence. The officer looks at you. "Why are you traveling?" Your mind freezes again. But then something different happens this time. You don't run from fear. You face it. "I am going for vacation." Simple. Honest. The officer nods. Done. And in that moment, something powerful breaks inside you. The fear. You realize, it was never as difficult as I thought. But wait, something unexpected happens. Your flight is delayed. You hear an announcement, but you don't understand everything. Panic starts again. What now? But instead of staying silent, you do something brave. You walk to the information desk. Your voice is not perfect. Your grammar is not perfect. But your courage is real. "Excuse me, my flight is delayed?" They smile and say, "Yes, it is delayed by 1 hour." And just like that, your problem is solved. Because you asked. Because you tried. Because you didn't stay silent. This is where everything truly changes. You are no longer the same person who entered the airport. Now you are someone who speaks, even with mistakes. Now you are someone who tries, even with fear. Now you are someone who moves forward. Time passes. Now it's boarding time. You walk to the gate. The staff says, "Can I see your boarding pass?" You smile. Yes, here it is. No fear.
No hesitation.
Because now you know. You can do this. You enter the plane. You find your seat. A flight attendant comes and asks, "Would you like something to drink?" And without thinking too much, you reply, "Water, please." That's it. Simple words. Real confidence. And suddenly you feel something inside you.
Pride.
Not because your English is perfect, but because you didn't give up. Because you didn't stay silent. Because you tried again and again. And this is the truth most people don't understand. Confidence does not come first. Action comes first. You speak, then confidence grows. You try, then fear disappears. You move, then life changes. This is not just about airport English. This is about your life. How many times have you stayed silent just because you were afraid of making a mistake? How many opportunities did you miss because you thought you were not ready? But what if you start today? What if you speak with simple words? What if you stop waiting for perfect English? Because perfect English is not real. Communication is real. Effort is real. Courage is real. And you have that inside you.
Right now.
So next time you are in an airport or anywhere in life, don't stay silent.
Speak.
Even if your voice shakes. Even if your words are simple. Even if you are afraid. Because that fear is the door. And your voice is the key. Remember this. You don't need to be perfect to start, but you must start to become better. You don't need big words to speak. Small words, big courage, that is enough. And one day you will look back and you will smile because the person who was once afraid to say hello is now speaking without fear. If this story touched your heart, if you felt something real, then don't stop here. Like this video, subscribe, and keep learning because your journey has just begun.